Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace and love. Grand Sheik of the building. Peace and love. Come on in. Grand Sheik of the building. Let's talk about it. Oh man, hold on. Come on in. Let's talk about it. Open my Facebook up. If it ain't live, it ain't me. I don't see myself live. Yeah. Contest. So, come on in. Trying to open up the Facebook. You know, they've been shadow banning me on the Facebook so hard. They don't want me to drop the sauce. They try to shadow ban me on Facebook. Wow. Okay. Try to close that and come back in. Oh man. Peace and love. Come on in. Come on in. Oh man, it's getting hot. It's finna spice it up. It's finna get hot in here. Come on in. You in the right spot. Um, I don't know why Facebook ain't letting me. If y'all on Facebook, drop a 100 if y'all can see me, cause it's looking like my Facebook is not letting me. It's not letting me see my live for some reason. And I know I need to turn my live public. Let me see if I can see it on my phone. Okay, yeah, I can see it on my phone. On my computer, I ain't seeing it. Okay. Okay, I can see it on the phone. All right. Although computer act a little slow with me. Okay. I Seth Thomas dropped the 100. Okay, I see you, Seth. I appreciate that. Peace, love, and prosperity to you as well, brother. We finna go right in, man, because we short on time. I started a little late than expected, but it's still all well. Now, what we doing is we talking about the living trust. We talk about the living trust. You on other platforms as well? Yes, it had indicated live. Yes, sir. I'm on other platforms. We live on TikTok. We live on Facebook. We live on YouTube. We live on all platforms right now. You understand? You should be tuning in with the Grand Sheik. Talk about living trust and the bank accounts associated with your living trust. First of all, you got to start off knowing about the Seste K Trust, of course, because just to go in on some things, if you don't have a foundation of understanding that your name is a Seste K Trust that has been hypothecated, means place the lien upon it and securitize your name, your estate is your name. Your bank account is a trust account already. It's already a trust account. It's a Seste K trust. It's a public trust. It has a social security number. That indicates the trust tax ID number. The Seste K trust has the social security number attached to it. That identifies the Seste K trust. Okay? A lot of y'all don't understand this, but I'm going to break it down real simple to you today. And if you stick to the end of my live, I'm going to drop the password to my upcoming class this Monday, discharging debt, turning your bills into checks. But you got to have certain foundation prerequisites in place in order to capitalize on discharging your debt. All right? And first of all, it starts in the mind frame first and understanding that the name is the Seste K Trust. The name is a principal debtor. It's a taxpayer. It's a U.S. citizen. It's a corporation. But you are not none of those things. So you must take control of this with the living trust. You can make an irrevocable or revocable trust. We're going to talk about the irrevocable trust and the living trust name. Okay? Seth Thomas say, yes, sir, tapping in Monday. I appreciate that. I'm going to drop the password in 5 minutes towards the end of this live. Okay? We're going to drop the password so you get 50% off. So what I'm trying to say to you is this. Once you set up the living trust, you're able to take control of the Seste K Trust because the Seste K Trust is the grantor of your living trust. Let me say that again. The Seste K Trust is the grantor of your living trust, meaning that your Seste K Trust, the straw man, your name, is granting over your estate to the trustee of the living trust, who is you, and your free national capacity, and your free national name. All this starts with you understanding how to separate yourself from the corporation. This is truly the status correction. Okay? We're going to have a free class after this Monday class. It's about status correction. I'm going to give back to the people. I appreciate y'all's support. So I'm going to give y'all a free class. It's coming on status correction because a lot of people don't understand status correction deals with proclamation of nationality. Status correction is not becoming secured party status. That's part of the status correction. That's part of proclamation of nationality. But first, for you to become a secure party status, you have to correct your status. And that's separating yourself from the Seste K Trust, you known as your nom de guerre or your name. That's a nom de guerre. Okay? Let's look at the definition of Black's Law Dictionary of Seste K Trust. Come on in. Y'all came to the right spot. Come on in. We going in on living trust, the irrevocable trust, how to convert it over to the bank account. We going right into Black's Law Dictionary. We going right into Black's Law Dictionary. It says the Cestake Trust. He who has a right to a beneficial interest in or out of an estate, the legal title to which is vested in another. The person who possesses the equitable right to the property and receives the rents, issues, and profits thereof, the legal estate of which is vested in a trustee, the beneficiary of a trust. So when they have cheated your estate over to the state, let me say that again. That it's cheated your estate to the state. When they have cheated the estate to the state, they became beneficiaries. And then they hold you to performance under the lien they put up on you, the hypothecation. That means the lien. When they hypothecated your estate, they made you perform, and you paying bills, you paying debts. That's the obligation of the United States. But they switched the roles. And they got you playing their role while they playing your role. You supposed to be the beneficiary, and they the beneficiary. You're going to learn that in my class this Monday. Seth Thomas said, yes, gratitude last Monday was fire. Gratitude for the influx of knowledge, wisdom, and bringing forth awareness and conscious growth. Man, beautiful words, Seth. I appreciate that. That's a great review. Last class, we went in on the lost estate. We went right in on the lost estate. Okay, because we got to understand some things. Let's lay down the foundation first. You know what I'm saying? We got to lay down the foundation first and foremost. Let's read the Cestake Trust one more time. It said, he who has the right to a beneficial interest in or out of an estate, the legal title to which is vested in another. So it's a difference between the equitable title and the legal title. It's a difference between the Cestake Trust and the living trust. The Cestake Trust is a legal title. The living trust which you create is going to be the equitable title. Okay? It's a big difference between the living trust and the Cestake Trust, because the legal is a fiction of law. It's an artificial. When we talk about the legal, we're talking about against a God's law. Okay? God made law, divine law. And that's what equity derives out of, your interest. First of all, you have an estate, you have an ancestors. Everybody, no matter if you're European, you Mexican, it don't matter if you African American, whatever you so-called was classified as, you understand? You have an estate that you must claim, and that was taken from you with your nationality. So you must proclaim your estate, take over your estate, and then administer the estate. Islam. So it's three things you must do. First of all, you got to proclaim the estate. You have to claim it. Then you have to take over the estate. Okay? That means that you must transfer everything over to your living trust. Then you must administer the estate as a private banker. That means you must issue your own negotiable instruments. Okay? Everything in this economy moves off negotiable instruments, bills of exchanges. It's no such thing as money. This is part of the status correction, understanding that it's no such thing as money in circulation. I see one of the faithful members in the building, Sirhan Amir Malachi Islam governor. That's one of my faithful members, actually just a newly appointed governor of the Moorish Science Temple. If you want to join the Moorish Science Temple, text nationality to 210-239-3229. I'm going to type that in the chat. All right. So when we talk about moving as a private banker, we talking about the end game of all this. End game of all this is financial freedom. Okay? You've been financially oppressed by the lack of knowledge and of lack of financial literacy. First of all, financial literacy start knowing what money is and what money is not. Money is not Federal Reserve notes. Money is not Federal Reserve notes. Islam, money is not Federal Reserve notes. That's first and foremost. All right, let's go into let me share my screen again. Let's go into a few more things before we cut out. I'm just not getting cooking. One second. Okay, Islam, Islam, Islam. Islam, Islam. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Can you hear me? Okay. Now, what you want to do is when you dealing with the living trust and the Sestate K trust, what you want to do is create a fiduciary relationship. Okay? Hold on, let me what you want to do is create the fiduciary relationship. My bad, hold on. What we like to use to create the fiduciary relationship is the Form 56 and the power of attorney. Now, this is how you take over all your accounts. First of all, after you proclaim nationality, it makes this process much easier because you already separated yourself from the principal, from the Sestate K Trust. Once you created your living trust, this is some of the documents that we show you in the loss of state class on how to fill out. Okay, and so this is kind of a continuation of some of the things we're gonna go over in the class Monday. Now, just like I said, just because y'all stuck around, I'm gonna drop the password for half off for the class Monday. The password for half off for the class Monday is file taxes. I'm gonna put that in the chat. File taxes. All right, for the class Monday to get half off. Okay, so this is the notice concerning fiduciary relationships. You don't need permission from anybody to be the fiduciary because you already authorized representative. That's what a lot of people don't understand. You are already authorized representative, so you don't even have to do too much. You know what I'm saying? To prove this outside of just giving notice. See, the only thing you have to do is create the living trust. Once you create the living trust, you proclaim nationality, you did all the legwork. Now it's time to take over the account. And that's when you start to give notices of the fiduciary relationship because it concerns, you see what I'm saying? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what the term fiduciary is. Let's go to Black's Law Dictionary and look up the term fiduciary. Fiduciary, the term is derived from Roman law and means a noun, a person holding the character of a trustee or of a character analogous to that of a trustee in respect to the trust and confidence involved in it and scrupulous good faith and candor which it requires. A person having duty created by his undertaking to act primarily for another's benefit in matters connected with such undertaking. So this duty is fiduciary, where you taking a role as a grantee or a trustee. When you do the status correction with the Morris Science Temple of America 84, the paperwork that's issued on a public record and signed by the judge says you're the grantee. We the only one that has this paperwork in this process. You are the grantee. That means that you have gave public and private notice that your estate has been conveyed over. Now from there, all the corporations, you have to give notice of the fiduciary relationship because you have a duty to do this. Once you claim the estate, you have a duty to take over the estate and to administer the estate. Islam, it says as an adjective, as an adjective, it means the nature of a trust. So fiduciary is the nature of the trust. It's the very nature of it. Without a fiduciary relationship, there is no trust. You understand? So this is what you have to use to take over your accounts. You need your living trust, you need your Form 56, and you need the evidence that you authorize representatives to Sestate K Trust. The three documents I went over in the class, the loss of state. When you get the loss of state class, I give you the three documents that you need to show that you authorize representative and how to take over that account as the fiduciary and all the documents that you're gonna need to prove that you are the fiduciary over that estate. I'm going to continue reading. It says, having the characteristics of a trust, analogous to a trust, relating to or founded upon a trust or a confidence. A term to refer to a person having duties involving good faith, trust, special confidence, and candor towards another. So the Sestate K trust is for the beneficiary. So what the state became is the beneficiary. When you step into the place of the executor of the estate, now you can make sure the state assets are getting administered to the correct beneficiary, which is you and your correct capacity. Not in the Sestate K trust capacity, that's the straw man 14th Amendment, but that's the proclaimed national. Once you the proclaimed national in that capacity, out of your corporate capacity, back into the natural person, the proper person, then you can administer the state and make sure the beneficiary receive the state. And that's what we're going to continue to learn about, how to minister the state, take over the state. Islam, because this is in the Quran. It said a master with the work of a master is to lead the people back to their vast estate. Islam. So this is what I'm here to do. I'm trying to lead you back to the vast state while at the same time leading myself back to my vast estate. Islam, we all in this together. I'm just maybe a few footsteps ahead of you where I done these things. I converted over my Sestate K trust into the living trust bank accounts. All my accounts is not attached to social security numbers. And this is the benefit of the living trust. When you create the EIN number, you register it with the Department of Treasury without the social security number. And then you administer from that platform. But you got to make sure you got all your EINs in place. Your estate EIN has to be in place. Your 98 number has to be in place. Your private bank EIN number has to be in place. You need these things in place so you can administer your state. Tap in with me this Monday, okay? I'm going to go live again this Saturday, though. Before Monday, I'm going live Saturday because we going to hammer this in. You feel what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all for coming out, sticking with me. Living trust bank accounts, convert over all your personal bank accounts because the person is the Sestate K trust. If you get my class, you'll learn all about that. I appreciate y'all. I'm out of here. Peace and love. Praise Allah. Honor to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honor to the forerunner Marcus Garvey. Honor to the Moroccan flag, all red flag with the green five-pointed star. The star of our ancestors, Islam. See y'all again Saturday. Get the